Good almost afternoon, everyone. Today is February 18th, 2020. Just wanted to hop on here and record this morning. I'm getting ready to get a workout in, if you can tell from the gear. Just wanted to hop on here. Just got done with a great call, Forge call with the AMP community. And very good call. Tuesdays are kind of my chill mornings. So I slept in today, just to be transparent with everyone. I slept for like 12 hours last night. I was exhausted. I don't know why I was so tired. So sometimes it's just good to get some rest. Not something to make a habit out of, personally, for me. But just wanted to hop on here and just kind of share, before I get my workout in today, is just like, one of the things that I just always think about is like, what if I would have just believed everyone that told me I wasn't good enough? Like, what would my life look like? And that's almost like, I can't even fathom that life. And I know there's a lot of other people out there that are similar or have been told they aren't good enough. But my question is, what if everyone that tells you you're not good enough is wrong? Like, then what? Like, you don't want to look back 20 years from now and say, wow, I wish I would have never listened to that person. And that's why you always hear the quote, like, surround yourself like the 5 closest friends. I can show you who your friends are, and I can show you who you are. Right? You show me who your friends are, I can show you who you are. And I think that's very, very true. Who you surround yourself with does matter. It's very important. But also what you feed your mind. So this right now is playing my music, but this device, right? You have Facebook, you have YouTube, you have access to all these great people that can feed your mind every single day. So on my Facebook, I honestly unfollow people. I'll perfectly fine with adding them as a friend, but I will unfollow them. If it's negative stuff that comes across my feed, they are unfollowed. If they want to make those life choices, that's on them. But it doesn't have to be poured into my mind. You know, no one lives rent-free up there. And we have YouTube, so you can follow these people like Gary Vee, Stephen Furtick, John Maxwell. If you like Grant Cardone, you can do Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar. Like, there's so many different people that you can find on there. Ronnie Das, like, all of those people. You can have those people pour into you every single day if you don't have anyone, or you're in an environment where you feel like you can't surround yourself with good people. Well, let them pour into you. And then find those people later on in life, or slowly look for one person at a time. You don't have to collect all 5 of them all at once. And you know, I just think about that. And a lot of people don't know my story, and that's okay. It's going to be shared, but like, you know, second grade, I'll never forget that. I don't know how I remember that. Of all things, they tell me I wasn't smart enough to read, and I hated that. It's not that I wasn't. I just didn't care. It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't exciting to me. Right? There was no motivation. And then when my dad pulled me out, homeschooled me, and said, you're not eating dinner until you finish your homework assignment, which was reading, I learned to read very quickly. Right? And I think that's a lot of us with like life. I believe I could put $1 million if I had that. I believe someone could put $1 million on the table. Tell someone, if you work out every day for the rest of this year, if you eat proper nutrition and you get adjusted according to what your spine needs, whatever your chiropractor is recommending, I'll give you $1 million. And I guarantee you 90% of the people on this planet couldn't do it. It's because it's not easy. It's not easy to make good health choices. It's not easy to be disciplined, right? And that's the thing that just fascinates me, is like, what if my future self, what if future Mateo says, if you do all of this for 3 years, you could have everything you wanted. Would you take that deal? And the answer is yes. But yet, like this morning, it's hard for me to get out of bed. So, you know, it's hard. Being disciplined and committed to something is very, very hard, no matter what the reward is on the other side. The other twofold to that is then it's like, what's next? You know you're capable of doing that, and that seemed impossible, and then you achieved it, so now that's possible. So what else out there is that you perceive impossible is now possible, because you're growing and developing yourself. It comes down to the quote, if you want to do something you've never done, you have to become someone you've never been. And I love that. That fires me up. The last thing I do want to leave with is one of my favorite stories is every day I get to look down at these 2 things, my hands. So if you look at my thumb, I'm going to do them side by side. Left thumb goes up like this, right thumb not so much. I've had 4 thumb surgeries on this. I remember them telling me that this would only be stuck like this. This is the only movement I'd have out of my thumb. And I'd have quite a bit of movement in different directions, just not backwards. And I remember them telling me that, and I didn't like that answer. So I did occupational therapy, but I also went out and did Frisbee. I did golfing. I did different things where I actually used this thumb, and it rehabbed way better than I ever anticipated. But what's really fascinating about that is I have scars I look at every single day to remind me that like how God uses the most scarred things to do the most incredible things. These hands, I went to chiropractic school with these hands. That was crazy, right? Now these hands are changing lives. I get to adjust infants. I get to hold babies. I get to adjust all sorts of different peoples, unlocking the full health potential inside of them. Like, that's amazing to me. And it's always a reminder that no matter, if anyone that's looked like you has done it, the same race, ethnicity, financial background, whatever it is, education level, if anyone who looks like you has done it, then you can too. And that's what I want for people. And that's what fires me up. And I don't know. I just want it so bad for myself, but I also want it so bad for everyone else, because I know what that spot feels like, where it feels like you're stuck. Like nothing's worse than not living a life on purpose, in my opinion. And then you have a regret because you have nothing to live for. Like, you're just looking back at regrets every single day. And that's not fun. I don't want that for anyone. And I just want to break people free from that. If they can watch my story and that helps break them free, then awesome. This was a wild success.